Welcome back to Dokkan Win. How are you guys doing today? Will, Dale?
We're good. I'm eating some kind of Lebanon food Mom made.
Interesting.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's like a biscuit with meat, onions, and cheese wrapped in it.
Okay. Sounds good. I made a meat thing that was literally just hamburger with a crap ton of cheese in the middle, wrapped it in bacon, then slathered it in barbecue sauce and hot sauce.
That is the most American thing I've ever heard in my
Right.
America! It's where stuff
I think I'm gonna
happens.
get diabetes just listening to you talk about it.
You've heard about my delicious sandwich, my 2-pound bologna sandwich, haven't you?
No, and I don't want to. That sounds disgusting.
I'll tell you after this. Hey, Will, didn't you have a question to ask me? Didn't you have a Dokkan question, like how to do Dokkan stuff?
Oh, yeah. So the first question is, could you explain for the viewers how leader skills work?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Leader skills work to power up your team. They have varieties based on, let's say, if you go the original leads, they are just HP and stats plus 3,000, up to the now 177 is the highest we have. You want to have units, let's say if it's a category, which are specified as category, to be in that category to get the boost from the team. Some units do not get a category boost, or they may seem like they do and do not. Prime example, Super Saiyan 2 Tech LR Gohan, you would think would be in the Super Saiyan category because he is Super Saiyan 2. With him being Super Saiyan 2, he does not fit within Super Saiyan 1 or 3. He can only fit into 2. You want to have your whole team built to underneath that lead and have a friend lead to follow suit. It doesn't have to be the same unit as your lead. You just want it to have the same category or boost that one gets. Does that answer your question, Will?
Answers it perfectly.
Good. All right, now on to the real stuff. I got to throw something across my room. Ha! We are going to talk.
I would throw something, but all I've got is a glass plate.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind throwing that.
I had to throw that in anger because, guys, we're going to talk about the stuff that we do not like in Dokkan today.
Yes.
You know, I have Play-Doh. Let me throw some of this Play-Doh I have. Ah! And before we go anywhere, we each have 5 things we're going to talk about. And this one could get to be long and could get to be very anger-filled. These are our opinions. Could. It just kind of depends on the person because, I could say something that people don't like. Will could say something that we know for a fact we're not going to like. Dale's going to say something that everybody doesn't like.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably not wrong.
But, yeah.
I'm going to talk about how useless of a card that new LR Jiren is.
You mean the one we don't have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to explain to people why they shouldn't get him.
You know what? I'll give you 10 minutes at the end of this to explain to people why they should not get LR Jiren.
All right.
Not now.
Oh, but you have just allowed me to build a case on why a card that's really good is really shitty.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, Dokkan is now about to hit 6 years. We got about 23 days, a little more than 3 weeks before we hit 6 years. And in this time, yeah, I know. And in this time, Dokkan has done a lot of amazing things. However, it is not perfect. Can we all agree?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely agree.
There are some things that I have explicitly said have done good. Like Boss Rush. I love Boss Rush. Super Battle Road is honestly a challenge. Legendary Goku event is fun. Infinite Histories are great.
Super Battle Road may be a challenge for peons like you.
Oh, okay, fine. Extreme Super Battle Road, then, if you want to talk about that.
There you go. Thanks.
It's the only person I've ever seen get a notification of, oh, don't do it, man. Stop what you're doing.
Yeah, it was like, whoa, hold on there, bud. You got to learn how to crawl before you can walk.
A little backstory to this, a little bit of insight to the story. When Extreme Super Battle Road came out, I convinced Dale, because it's free stamina, to go try Extreme Super Battle Road, just because why not? It's free stamina, see how he pairs up with it. I get a message from him saying, okay, I'm going in. And about 2 minutes later, I hear I am dead, and then see a message that says, I got this thing saying I do not need to go into this. It's basically a block saying, you are too weak to do this.
Yeah. That was before I had my team of mostly LRs now, though.
Oh, mostly LRs?
It does.
I mean, you want to talk about, you want to slightly brag? I can crack my neck in arrogance.
I'll crack your neck in anger.
Time for all that.
Gotta get... But anyway, one thing we are not going to discuss, and if both of you have this on your list, I was thinking about it about 5 minutes ago, and I didn't mean to say it. 2 years ago, when categories first became a thing, we had 2 units that came over to the global side. Do you remember what those 2 units are?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about the 2 that didn't have their leader skill?
Exactly. We're going to put them in their own separate category because that is a stupid, stupid thing Dokkan has done that should not have been done. But I'm not going to
You mean like how it is with Super Saiyan 4 Bardock and Gohan?
What do you mean?
Who don't have a TUR now?
I mean, some of the heroes units don't have TURs. I mean, that's honestly makes sense. Have you seen how
They need a TUR.
They'll be broken whenever they get a TUR.
No, they won't.
I have Super Saiyan 4 Bardock hitting a 2 million attack stat. Super effective against all types with a critical. Give him 100. Even if they just give him TUR stats, he'll be topping around like a 2.8.
I had the dark or the Black Mask Prince or whatever the Vegeta one is.
Black Mask Saiyan.
He hit for 4 million on a crit the other day.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're not going to sit here and talk about these glorious units. We're going to talk about stuff we hate. I was talking about those 2. Those 2 I will talk about just very briefly. They were introduced to the game during I think it was a 300 million download celebration. It was either that or the 250. I cannot remember which, but I'm thinking it was 300 million. And so they gave it to our side, along with JP. For whatever reason, I think it was we didn't have all the 120s, and we didn't even have Vegito Blue yet, or Strength Rosé in the game. So they decided to ditch their categories until the time was right. So for months, those 2 units, Omega and Gogeta, did not have categories, and they had to be released as their leader skills, which people still talk about.
It felt like 6 months.
People still talk about it to this day, about how those units did not have their leader skills, and that's one of the stupidest things Dokkan has ever done. And I will agree wholeheartedly.
Yep.
That they just...
When I go to bed at night, it's pretty crazy.
Dude.
I start sweating in anger.
Yeah, it's like a waking nightmare. I feel like Anakin, whenever he was having dreams of Padme dying because of his own hand, where he like wakes up and he's all sweaty, he's like, I hate the sand. It's rough and coarse. Not like you.
I hate the leader skills. They aren't there, but they are over there. Ha ha, Global! I have the high ground. Star Wars reference.
Oh, dude. I'm going to start a theory that this is all just one big play because fucking JP is Obi-Wan and Global's Anakin. Thanks for helping my theory out.
Next time on Dokkan Theory. Okay, but yeah, we have a list of stuff.
But that's just a theory. A Dokkan theory.
But yeah, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah,
I'm gonna start a block at the end of every episode that's just Dokkan theories.
And today's Dokkan Theory: why Jiren sucks.
Why Jiren sucks.
Well, yeah, like I said, it has a lot of stuff. Those 2 are not going to be included in this, nor the 300 stone debacle of 2017 or 18.
Get me started.
That stone debacle is still going on. That's like, that is our version of did Jeffrey Epstein kill himself?
Not really. If you think about it, JP now has the right to gripe because we spent our stones on the step-up banner. Take you spent 600 stones and got basically did 15 multis for free.
Oh, and I can still do more. I still have 250 stones left.
Well, I'm talking about on the actual step-up banner.
Mm-hmm.
You basically did 600 stones worth of summons on a banner for free. So this 300 stone debacle is done. It is done because Global
we still need them.
The Global finally wins. See, even the dogs agree.
Yeah. Well, they're just afraid that we make them see the sun again.
But
okay, we need to move on.
all right, yeah, we are going to start
They
talking.
made us see the sun twice.
We are going to start, and like I said, this could go on to be. I said this last week. I think this could be a longer one, just because of how in depth we want to talk about some of this stuff. We'll let Dale go first.
You want to let me go first?
We'll let Will go first.
Okay.
Yes. So we're starting from bottom.
Yeah, start with your fifth most
I'm
least.
going to start with my biggest one.
Well, I
Just to
think
get it out of the way, because it's going to be a scream.
okay. I mean, you can. I'm doing like our typical 5 and leave our most hated for the top, and I have my.
I guess I can do that.
That's what I'm doing. I have my least hated for the top. Okay,
You
Will.
mean most hated for the top?
Yeah.
You said least.
Well, top of the list is 5, so least hated is technically top. Most hated is at the bottom. Will,
All right. So
what do you have for us?
my 5th on the list is the free LR Hercule.
Ha! Ha!
It is the stupidest card I've ever seen in my entire life.
I don't know who you are or where you are, but I will find you and I will kill you.
It's so dumb.
Hey, Will. Dale and I were talking about this last night. I'm not even kidding.
I told Hayden, don't you dare talk about my beautiful boy Hercule.
We didn't even think about Will.
Will, you have incurred the wrath of God.
No, you've
It's
incurred the
just-
wrath of an ugly man and a fat piece of bubble gum.
It just doesn't make any sense.
How dare you?
I will agree with that. It takes too long because I actually went through and there are 90 Hercule medals that you have to get, and you only get 3 a day unless those during the Hercule EZA thing. So it literally takes 30 days if you don't miss one to get the medals.
For a
Fucking
crap unit,
get good, scrub.
like literally, if he was a decent unit, I'd be like, oh yeah, okay.
The only time Hercule becomes decent is after his EZA.
And get good, scrub.
I'm sorry,
Get
Dale.
good.
Not all of us have Zenny out of the wazoo because we don't know how to use it.
No, it's not that I don't know how to use it. It's that I don't like using it. I like to keep it.
But Will, one problem I will say, aside from Hercule himself, is not a bad. Like I said, after EZA is not a really bad unit.
In fact, some might say he's the best unit.
One person might say he's the best unit.
The entire Dokkan community would say he's the best.
I bet there's more than one.
I don't think there's anybody
I bet
would seriously say it.
aside for you.
I bet I could get a bunch of people to agree with me that Hercule is not only the best character in Dokkan, but the best character in all Dragon Ball Z.
You know what?
Whoa.
I'm gonna go on a little tangent because we're talking about stuff, and Hercule is in this. Hercule is, I think, the worst character in Dragon Ball.
Yes.
But you cannot deny, without Hercule, the universe would be gone because he's the one who made everybody help.
If Hercule
Goku,
told the
so they beat
truth, if Hercule told the truth, that never would have happened.
He doesn't need to tell the truth. I don't tell the truth all the time.
I beat Cell. No, you didn't. We saw you got smacked. No, that wasn't truth. I let everybody think that happened so I could let those weaklings do it.
See, that's just like when I say I like Hayden and Will. I'm smiling in my mind, but I give y'all a serious face.
I see how it is.
You know, I truly don't. I truly don't care. Hercule's your favorite character, and I can never forgive you for that.
Hercule's not my favorite. He's top 3. He's up there with Vegeta and Broly.
I thought it was Broly, Gogeta, and then Hercule.
No, those are favorite cards. Favorite characters of all time are Broly, Vegeta, and Hercule.
But no, and also go back to the thing. The Hercule and Boo card, I'm taking Will's spotlight here, had no reason to come into existence.
It had every reason. Hercule. We all know Hercule is the real god of fucking Dragon Ball Z.
Hercule his LR wasn't even used when he first came out. People were calling him stupid and waste of time.
So
It's like talking to a door.
it is, because I'm not being transparent about any of this.
But Will, go on and explain why you don't like Hercule. Just go on. I was taking your spotlight.
Go on and know I'm staring into your soul the whole time you do it, judging you
already
harshly.
explained it. Like, we already explained it. The amount of time that it took to get such like a card that wasn't good at the start when you got it, and you already did all this work and waited all this time, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I do have one of my deals is about things that take too long. He's part of it,
Ha!
but
and you also
there are others that
oh no,
that are named.
Okay, as I was telling you, that's just being nitpicky. That's just
And it's something that I hate. There's no I'll get into it whenever I get to it.
But another thing that I now think about it, he comes from the Friend Point Summit, and they starts out.
Yes, he does.
He starts out on an SR. You have to go through if you want to 100% him. Let me actually go. Oh, my Dokkan's not even up. Let's have it load. I believe it takes. I don't know how many medals it takes to actually awaken him. No, it's 100 because of one of the SR to SSR to UR.
It's 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, then that right there adds another 40 to the thing, so it's 140 medals just to get him to Rainbow, and then overall wise, get him to his 100%. I mean,
I would like y'all to know mine is rainbowed and has all 10 supers.
Yeah, mine does too, because whenever they had the 5 a day, that was grand, and it cut the time in half. But he's just honestly all the work it takes to get him, the time wasted, the multiple summons, the multiple SRing. That's why I don't have the Great Saiyaman LR'd yet, just because the amount of time, the unnecessary time to get them, don't make them as worth it. Like, I don't see them being as worth it. If I want to spend another 20 hours to get one unit to LR, and then go through and do it again to get it to another 20 hours just to get it rainbowed, that is too long. That takes too much. It's like a prime battle. But at least a prime battle
Those are named.
Prime battle units are at least useful. LR Tech Cell, useful. Intelligent Super Saiyan Vegeta, useful. Krillin, useful.
We can argue that Krillin's never been useful.
The card itself was actually really good.
I've never even looked at the Krillin Prime Battle.
But yeah, that's another one that is just tedious, but you at least feel accomplished at the end of it. Like Hercule and the Saiyaman, heck, even the androids, technically. I love the android units, but even at the end of it, you just don't feel as accomplished because of how long it took. You feel like you feel like you lost something instead of gained something. Okay.
Only if you're not a collector.
I mean, I'm a collector. And even being a collector, it still feels like you lose something.
Nah.
Because that's
I feel like I gained something.
I lost part of my sanity getting that card.
Yeah. And then you go through all the effort.
And maybe that's why I like it so much. I've never had any sanity to begin with.
And like, you go through all the effort. Hercule, I have him easy aid. I've used him once. In Extreme Super Battle Road. And that's the only situation I think he could honestly be somewhat useful on a team. And even then, he's outshined by the Intelligence Hercule.
That Intelligence Hercule is beautiful.
Okay. Will, do you have anything else to talk about for our friend Hercule here?
That's it for that one.
All right, Dale.
I'll
let you go.
You want me to do one? All right. So let me pop out my notes because I've got the game open right now.
Same here.
Which one do I want to start with?
Start with your number 5.
Let's start with the take last team used. Bullshit. Let's start with this one. There have been so many times where I am easying or I am doing an event and it goes, hey, you want to take the last team used? and I accidentally pressed the damn button because I'm trying to get through it and get my damn medals. And I take a team that has no reason for being there because I have the actual team now. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm already halfway through the fight. And I'm like, I don't even want to finish this fight anymore because it's a team that doesn't work against them. So now I have to abandon the quest, lose all the shit that I got, and restart it. And sometimes, because I'm so angry tapping through, I do it again.
You know what? There are times that can be a problem, but if you want to go for like a speed run, let's take the Legendary Goku event, and you have a very good, fast team. At least in situations like that, that makes a little bit of sense, but I do not like the take last team used because I have had that situation too, where it doesn't click in my mind. It's okay, I know what team I want to take. I pick this lead. That's a team. That's obviously the team it has to be. I go click through. Let's take say I take Physical Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, the crossover team. But in my mind, okay, I'm going to try the crossover team. But I have, let's say, Time Travelers. Not Time Travelers. What's an opposite of Vegito? Full Power. And so I'll go through. It's like, oh crap. And especially if you use it on a boost and you waste that boost.
You waste the boost, and if you're unlucky, that was the only friend that actually matched your team, and when you try to go through it again, he's not there, and there's no other people that can help your team, and you're just like, I'm done for the day.
Right. Like there's some things, like I said, they've done that are great. Last team used depends on the people, because like I said, it's just honestly it's situational. But for the most part, it's not my favorite thing. We know for a fact it's not Dale's most hated thing, but it's in his top 5 most hated things. I do not have.
It's up there.
I don't have.
Be honest right now, that was my number 4.
See,
that was on my list. So,
I mean, it can be, like I said, situational wise, it works, but for the most part, the only thing it really will help is I don't even honestly see it beneficial except for the speedrun thing. But even then, it's just it automatically sets the last team you used on it because that's the team that you swiped over to. So the last team used has no benefit to it except leaving you an extra team slot open.
Yep.
That's, now I think about it, that really has no need to be in game.
I may be stupid, but I make good points.
Well, we got to explain a little further into it.
What, the fact that you just did and it has no reason for being there because all it does is it's just an extra little deal put in your way that if you're not paying attention, you hit it and you go,
yeah,
and you have to restart.
Honestly, I wish they would have that, but it'd be basically ask you, hey, would you like to take last team used? Not in this situation, but it's basically to help you basically not click through and hit start while seeing the team. It's just a prompt. Yeah. Hey, would you like to take last team used? Sure, I'll like to take last team used. No, okay, go make your own team, take whatever you want to take. But no, it automatically does. Like if I went into Super Battle Road right now, or whatever the event I was doing, I'll go jump into grinding the link levels. That is where a good time it does because it's the last team you want to take, and I'm doing it right now and jumping in. Gonna take this Extreme Tech. Who do I want to take? Let's take Super Saiyan 3 Broly. Oh, Extreme Tech. I don't have to build it. But, yeah.
That is the only good thing about that, is if you're grinding with one team and you need them, there it is. It's like, all right. But if, say you're someone like me who's like, oh man, that Easy A, I couldn't do it back then, but I can do it now. And you go back in and you hit last team used.
Oh.
Now you're sitting there with a mono team going, what have I done to my life?
And only like 2 units get the friend boost.
Mm-hmm.
That, I mean, sometimes it's entertaining. Just to at least hear it on your side, to hear you go, shit! I took the wrong team again!
You've heard it multiple times.
Yeah, I said it's entertaining. And I'm not gonna lie, it's entertaining for me.
It makes me want to grab my eyeballs and pull them out of my skull.
Pop.
Not as bad as the number 1.
If it's your number 1 of what I'm thinking it is, then we're gonna have some fun.
That number 1, I want to grab my head by the side and just rip it open. Like
Yeah.
I want to Zeus myself and like make an Athena come out, basically.
Well, we can save that anger for later on, so
Exactly,
that way we get full force,
because
and you don't
we're only
about any.
25 minutes in with only 2 points. This could be a fun one. All right, I'm going to talk about it's technically 2, but I have them set into 1. And these are leader skills. And I'm going to Oh, Will. I'm going to tell
I might have an idea where this is going, but I could be completely wrong.
Oh, I've got every idea where this is going.
the leader skills are too weak. No. But no, back whenever I first started playing Dokkan was when Broly, like this is the original days, was when Strength Broly wasn't even in the game, and he was our first Dokkan Fest unit. Events were hard. You had units that gave like 25% at HP to the team, got no key, got no stat boost. You had to literally rug it. You have some units that give 20% attack and defense to something, but no HP. And it's just, they gradually got better, and then once they hit the Broly, Goku, Gohan, and Cell, and they had just a flat numbers. And so we sit there for I think a year, over like almost a year with them. Then we even count the Gogeta. There's just a flat 3,000 to stats. The game was hard. You actually had to think. You couldn't just run in, tap, 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 be done.
You mean like I'm doing now?
Exactly. I mean, even me, I'm grinding the link levels as we're doing this because it's.
Oh, I'm kicking Vegito Blue's ass right now.
It takes because there's no effort needed anymore. Once the 70% leads came, the effort was still there. Granted, there were some events, if you knew how to do it, you could actually figure out, okay, just got to get this set up and boom. But you also have to get lucky for the setup and not be like, okay, this one turn, I could take a lot of damage, could possibly kill me. Then they got the demigod leads, which were no key, 100% stats. No key being the very crucial thing about it, making it harder to get super attacks. However, you got more stats, so it evened itself out. Now we have 120%, 150% leads. Same goes for the categories. Unless you're running even a crappy like 77% category, is so much stronger than mono teams. Mm-hmm. Even a 50% category is stronger than a 70% mono team. Dokkan over time has gotten too easy for players. That's the whole tangent I'm trying to get through, and this could be what Will was possibly thinking.
Yeah.
Because you and I have discussed this before, that I think Dokkan has gotten too easy, because back in our day, Broly, Strength Broly, you had to have specific units. If you don't have those specific units...
Okay, Boomer.
You know what? Fine.
It was actual frustration, but that made the game good.
Right.
Because you didn't have all these units that no matter what team you ran, you're going to beat the event without having to use any items.
Right.
Like, back then, every event you had to think, you had to literally like become a 3,000 IQ player just to get what you needed for this
exactly
specific card.
And a big point that I'm going to make is boss rush. Will, do you remember when boss rush first came out, all like the first 5 stages?
Yeah.
And how fun we had it trying to figure out the right way to beat it. I spent days trying to figure out the right team to take into it to beat it my first time.
Mm-hmm.
This was back in the 50% Vegito Blue, Rose, and the 70% 1 key Zamasu and Trunks. I ran the Trunks with Vegito for the 4 key, 120% to all stats. And boss rush, which is like 15 battles, back to back to back, it was a challenge. We struggled to beat.
And now compare that to like a month ago when I did them all one try first day.
Yeah, I've actually gone through and like those first few stages I've beaten with the 50% category teams. Heck, I've even beaten it with the 40. What is it? Like there's Pixel, Goku, and Vegeta units that I beat with their category teams, and then I think they're only like 44% to stats.
I don't know. I never went and got them.
They're neat little units, and then we have one of our old buddies, Anthony, who mained JP back then. I didn't like JP. I'll play JP now, but I like Global just because I know what's going on. He ran through Boss Rush with 120% strength team led by the Goku, and was just blasting through it, saying, "Oh, it's so easy. I have no problem doing this," and he's not even paying attention as he's tapping. Whereas on my YouTube, I have an hour-long video of me struggling to get through Boss Rush. Because it was just that hard back in the day. Like Super Battle Road and Extreme Super Battle Road are challenging. That's why as much as I hate them, I love doing them because of how hard they are. It really makes you think. Like, it's like watching a professional gamer do something. You actually have to know what you're doing in order to go through it.
Did Hayden just call himself a professional?
No, I'm saying, let's say if you watch...
maybe.
Oh, I mean, compared to you two, but overall, let's take Truth. The Truth, he's no item Extreme Super Battle Road because he knows what to do. He knows the right situations and wrong situations and knows how to no item them. Because he's the professional I'm kind of basing it off of. You give him a team and tell him, okay, I want to see you no item this. It may take him a while, but he will figure out how to go through it. Because he's smart. But a lot of stuff you don't have to be smart to do. You can literally go take Dale, take his final trump card team. He could go blast through Boss Rush, no problem, or some of the harder events in the game. Infinite Dragon Ball history.
That's one that I haven't tried in a while.
He could there's a good chance he could blast through it because of how good the teams are now with the 150% boost as opposed to 70%. Had they been made in the day of the 70% leads, holy cow, would it be so much different. We'd be geniuses with the amount of knowledge, and we'd be Dokkan geniuses with the amount of knowledge we'd know about, okay, this unit's in this specific situation, there's a good chance this is going to happen. But if that doesn't happen, I have to get prepared for that happening one turn later. So I think just the evolution of it. I love the higher teams. I love the teams. But at the same time, the 120s and the categories and the numbers that just progressively get higher and higher, I think are taking some of the original fun out of the game that this game used to have.
I can agree.
Because now you have characters like... The only reason I'm saying this is because I just watched it. I had my Gogeta...
Jesus.
Gogeta. My Gogeta AGL. I just watched him dodge 4 attacks in a row.
Right, and this is also...
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's just doing it.
Dodges weren't a thing. Hidden potential wasn't a thing. Additionals weren't a thing. Criticals weren't a thing. You literally went in there. If the unit says it counters, that's the only special thing it can do. If the unit's a super effective...
Additionals were a thing. Because that OG Broly, the 5-1, had additionals built into him.
I'm talking like the original stuff. Broly was the first additional unit, but...
Yeah.
What
I would love to see a resurgence of the nukers that hit everything.
Oh, the AoEs?
Yeah, the AoE nukers. I would love to see a resurgence of them.
Those ones, they're not one of my least favorites. I like AoEs, but it's
And there's just no cost for them because every event you're fighting like one person.
And yeah, sometimes you can get lucky and take on 2, unless it's a Metal Cooler event. Then Cell, you have one stage where you take on 5 enemies.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's one enemy, so AoEs aren't good. But then, even then, if I just beat this event, this grind thing, no problem. I could go jump into any event, take literally any category team, possibly even a mono team. I've beaten Legendary Goku event with a 120 mono team. I sent both of you the pictures of it. I've done it numerous times. But at that point...
Now go through it and do it with a 44% lead team.
You know what? You give me enough time, I probably could. But it's just...
I dare you.
Oh, I gotta find people who still run those things. Because the only reason they were ran is because they were the first Goku and Vegeta categories on leads on global. But
if I go and get one,
you have
Rainbow Star it.
Yeah. And
all right, now we're getting something good here.
And this also goes in the power creep of just units, because units didn't have 150% attack. They didn't have the 300% defense, like attack and defense, like Shape Up Boo does, or 200% defense guard, like the Black Mask King. Basically, the whole rant that I've been on for like 10 minutes is Dokkan is too easy compared to the original game. You could die in one turn in the original game. This one now, you can get hit and can take double digits by a super attack in some of the newer events. And that kind of irks me, because you spend so long getting good at the original game. Boom, power creep. Boom, power creep. Boom, okay, everything you struggled with is now easy. I had a big argument on one of my Facebook groups about that I didn't like the 120s, and I was called stupid because the 120s made the game easy. That's the whole point! It's too easy!
What Hayden is getting at is he wants Dokkan Battle to go back to being the Dark Souls of Gachapon games.
Yes! I want a challenge that's not just Super Battle Road. That's literally
for a while.
Okay, I digress. Will!
So, we already talked about my fourth one, so we should probably...
Well, do you have anything you can just quickly think of to swap out for it?
We could just talk about how poorly the original LR AGL androids have, like, aged, I guess. I mean, it's not really a good one. I was about to go in on the freaking thing on the last team used, but we already did that, so.
Oh, we give us
go in, add on top of it. Pop shit on top of shit, man.
We literally just gripe at this, and I'm offended at you, Will. The LR androids are great. I love them.
No, they aren't.
Okay, so anyway, like it just we've said it, like it just doesn't make sense. But that's the thing. I feel like a lot of times Bandai doesn't think about things. They just think, oh, well, they don't think. They say, yeah, we should put this in because it'll be better for them. But they don't sit there for a second and be like, yeah, this quote unquote quality of life thing isn't really a quality of life thing, because they're just going to be at the last team that they used anyway.
Link levels! Link levels too!
Oh my god.
Game's too easy.
Game's too easy. That's it. Game's too easy. We've gotten good, and it just took that away from us. It took the wind out from underneath our wings.
They need to quit making power creeping units. Make events hard. Make everything hit like Super Battle Road. Every event. Every Dokkan event. Even story events.
I remember doing the old Broly Demigod Lead event and how tough that was for me.
Right.
I remember that. I remember just beating my head against the wall of trying to beat it.
And even on Global, once the Super Saiyan 4s came out, and the best thing we had were the Hero and Extreme teams, Will could not beat Super Saiyan 4 Goku with his Extreme team.
I literally had to finesse a AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta team. Like, I didn't even have a full team. It was like half of it was just randomness, but I had AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and it carried me.
And then also, Will, I don't know if you remember this, you had me finesse your Extreme team through it.
Yes, because I needed 3 more medals, and I was just done. Like, that's how hard the game used to be.
Exactly.
Hey, Hayden, real quick, just TUR Trunks and my AGL.
Okay.
Combo or critical?
That's Technically, just go half and half. I would.
Half and half. Okay.
Just because they get that special 1000% attack against specific enemy.
Yep.
Just adding more on.
There are 3 different size fires. Will's over there with a very small fire. Dale's with a human fire. I'm a bonfire. I'm a burning city right now. And I've only talked about one thing.
Wait till we get to the one I'm going to talk about, and I will turn into just a massive hate.
Okay.
Don't worry. We'll get there.
As much as I don't want to hear it, gripe about the LR androids.
They were such a cool card back in the day. I'm not hating on the LR androids themselves. I'm hating on how poorly that they've aged. Like, it just makes me so mad, like, that we have, like, there's such this cool card, like, cool unit, cool characters, and it's just what we've talked about, the power creep just threw them on the ground, stomped on their face, and left them for dead.
Yeah.
That's what makes me mad.
Just sitting there going, ha ha! But yeah.
All your hard work is gone.
Yeah. That, and that's another one of those grinds that's just really tedious. But they at least felt like they could be used because they were really good and linked up really well with 17.
Unlike Hercule.
Hey, don't talk bad about him. I will find you, Will.
It is what it is.
But
it is what it is.
Well, just to see how bad they've been power crept, I'm actually going to go just hop into an event with an Android team. Probably the best Android team I can take and just see. But I will admit, they have become less used over time, but they're going to get an easy A. Oh, and when they get an easy A.
I will be right there.
When that day comes, I will think about actually LRing them.
They had a good lead back in the day. All types key plus... No stats! All key plus 4! No stats!
Okay, we need to move on.
Dale!
Or else Hayden's just going to talk about this.
He's going to explode over there.
I'm sure Chase can hear me through the wall.
Dale,
I bet he can, and I find it hilarious.
Dale, what is your next thing that you hate?
All right. So
that sounded like his neck cracked in arrogance.
I've got a couple that I like. I'm just trying to figure out because mine are never in any numbered position. I'm gonna have to go for LRs. Now stay with me here. Stay with me here. LRs that just take a ridiculously stupid amount of medals to fucking LR.
Oh, you're talking like the AGL trunks and...
I'm talking about the AGL trunks. I'm talking about the Prime battles. I'm talking about the androids. I'm talking about Majin Vegeta.
That trunks is a Prime battle.
I forgot. But the five trunks even. Why make me go through 18 different events to LR1 character? Like, take the androids. The androids, it's like, what, 77 of each and every Goku medal that was out at the time?
Let me actually look at them, because I have them on a team here. I didn't get the right rotation. I actually did the wrong... Let's see. No, it's not that, but it is. It's basically you have to get every Dokkan event medal.
Yeah.
That was out at the time in order to go through. Like, I have the original first few leads. I'm looking at them right here. Then it goes to the next ones, which are the... Basically, when percentages started becoming a thing, and then you had the demigods. Well, gods and demigods.
Yeah. So, here, I'm looking at them right now. They're in their UR. Or is this their UR or their TUR? They're in their UR form right now. Because I couldn't physically make myself go through and get every medal for every one of them. I couldn't. Like, right here at the very end, Blazing Bertara, you need 77. Paragon of Hope, you need 77. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why you need that for them. That's another thing. I don't understand. They never even touched the midget.
It's just
they never touched it. It's just it irks me. Like, I could see if, all right, you need 7 for all of them all the way to the end. But at the very end, you go, no, you need 77 of these last five these last 5 medals. Have fun.
It adds challenge to the game.
No, it adds tedium to the game.
Well, back when they came out, it was challenging.
Yeah, back when they came out. Nowadays, it's just tedium. Like, I don't want to have to go through those events that I've already gotten 77 medals in them once or twice to TUR a character. Why would I go through and do it again for an LR I'm probably not going to use?
Fair enough.
There have been 2 LRs that I have gone through that fight with, and that was the LR Majin Vegeta and the LR Trunks, because those were my first 2 LRs. And I was like, "Oh, this is cool. They're my first LRs. I want to LR them right now."
That makes
and the devastation of going, "You need that many medals?"
Yeah, I remember.
Really?
I remember we had one of our buddies, Sal, who actually almost played the game. Whenever they came out, I did all my best convincing, and he got it for a little while. And then I said, "Hey, there's a free LR to get." "Ooh, free LR!" He goes and looks. I ain't getting that. And gave up immediately after.
Yeah, that's how I look at the Prime Battle or any of those LRs that are technically free. I'm not gonna go through and sit down and do a million events, fucking 11 times each to get 77 medals.
Yeah, that's just why I was saying, like, the Hercule. You just in a situation like that for some of them,
and the Hercule is in it. Like, I count the Hercule in that.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of medals that you can't do once in a day. You have to wait every day to get the 3 medals you want.
Right. And so, okay, here's first rotation with the LR androids. They're sitting here at 77,000 defense, which isn't bad. But they also have support on rotation, so I'm just going to let them kind of do their stuff and hopefully get some good numbers with them. Just because we were talking about it and stuff.
You can hope.
I mean, odds are on this team they'll probably get close to a 2 million. I would think. But do you have anything else to gripe at, or do you want or nay?
No, that's it. All this is like a shit snowball rolling down the hill till I hit the last one.
His fire is just sitting there, just normal size, normal. Whoop!
Dude, it's gonna turn into a world burning fire once I hit my last one because it irks me so bad.
Okay, so I guess I'll go to my next one, which we actually very briefly discussed earlier, and that is the friend system.
The friend system still exists?
Not a good friend system.
It's so bad.
It really is
so bad.
because you'll take a team. Let's take me. I'll go want to take a Dragon Ball Saga, and I want another Goku for his Dragon Ball / Youth lead because I needed to go do something. And know there's people out there that have him set as lead. However, whatever the friend system is, I don't understand it. It's literally, I will go pick you a random 250 people, and if those 250 people don't have your lead, you're screwed.
You shit out of luck. Especially whenever you file it down like, I want super strength, final trump card. There's only a couple characters that fit that. And I know for a fact that there are more than 2 people who run fucking Gogeta, the Gogeta LR. I know there are more than 2 people.
Right. And it's just...
and yet you only give me 1?
There shouldn't even be a quote-unquote friend system. It should just be the search. When you search in for what that is, it just gives you a list of all of the ones that are there, and you get to choose.
Or it automatically matches you with the one of your lead, same one of your lead. Let's take Android 13, because I'm running the Androids team right now. I had 2 friends with him as lead, at least Android 13. I have other Androids leads, but there's only 2 of them. But I know for a fact people run this unit, but I just wish it would at least match it, like Super Battle Road.
Or like the cooler, when I was having problems finding the cooler lead. Yeah. I know there are more than me who run the cooler lead.
Right. It's literally just pick into a hat and what region this is. You could be friending people from Japan. that are nowhere near you, have nothing to do with you, and you basically just got unlucky with whatever that group was.
It's ridiculous.
It really is. Oh, hey, we'll be able to get the androids. I got them with all except legendary power. They're at 89,000 defense. But truly, the friend system just needs an update, at least a matching thing, where it just automatically matches you with someone, even if it's 55%. Because I've seen people at the higher ones that still run like AGL Super Vegito as lead, and I have a lot of fun going and run the 70% leads, which goes back to my first thing, but that's not the point. It's fun. Hey, the androids broke 2.1 million. You know what? For being like for being 4 years old, that's not the worst number. Except they are drowning in a lot of support right now, so that doesn't help. But the friend system, basically, that what it all gets to. It just needs an update to at least match your friends. Like I said, I have Android 13 set as my lead for that team. Even if it's a 55% one, heck, even if it's a not even TUR'd yet, give me that lead. I don't care if it's the same rank as me. I want that unit as lead. I don't want Intelligence 16 or LR Perfect Cell. I want 13. I want Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and I'm starting to see a lot less Super Saiyan 4 Gokus. Whenever I need to do like the Goku Family Extreme Super Battle Road, I found a hard time actually finding Goku leads, and I know for a fact he is still used to this day
by a lot of people.
Yes, but whenever I'm sitting here in the middle of rank 500, or actually the ladders of 500, and there's like 2 people that use them, that is not right. There's more people. It's just an atrocity and an insult to people that like to play the game because they don't have their lead. They just give up playing for the day. And so, boom, that's just time. The Dokkan lost.
That's what I did with whenever I was doing the transformation boost teams.
Right.
When I was doing that EZA, after I ran out of coolers, I stopped doing it for the day.
Mm-hmm. Just because, for whatever reason, they're like, here's a random pool. If it's not them, who cares?
So be it. Even though they filtered it all the way down to where it could only be this character.
Look up that character by name. Oh, you have no friends that match that name.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that through the entirety of it, aside from being able to choose categories and be able to like limit what you want to choose, is the only thing that actually has never been updated in the game. And that still irks me.
Yep.
Guys, this is going to be a long one. We've only gone through 2 things and we're almost at an hour.
All right. Well, I'll move on to my next one, which actually that was my number 2 on the list. So throwing in another improv here, and I know Hayden can agree with me. I'm not hating on the unit. I'm hating on what they did to the unit. The brand new LR Tech Gohan is not in the Kamehameha category, and he literally uses the Kamehameha in his super, and oh my gosh, it just...
And then you have units like now that the AGL Angel Cell who don't use Kamehameha and are on the Kamehameha category.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, they literally just knew that he would be too good on that team, and so they kept him off it.
You know what? That's probably 100%.
You're breaching my number 1 right now.
Like, it's so infuriating.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
don't talk.
You are touching my number 1, dude, and it's gonna be anger filled when I get to it.
Yeah, I will agree with that. I mean, truly, I I don't run the Gohan I run him for the movie heroes because he's best on a movie heroes team because they have a lot of orb changers. But I can understand why you would hate him not being on the Kamehameha. It's like whenever Super Saiyan 4 Vegito first was coming out, Global was given misinformation that he wasn't on the Kamehameha category and didn't have the Kamehameha link, even though his counter was Kamehameha.
Yep.
So I will agree with that wholeheartedly, at least why people would hate it. Just because here's the thing, you fit the requirements, are you on it? Ha! No.
It makes me.
Yep.
It's basically telling a fat white cat, or fat black and white cat, that, okay, you're a cat, you're fat, you're black and white, and there's fat black and white cats over there. Except you have a little bit of orange on your tail, so you know what? You don't fit this.
You're not one of them.
Exactly. And it's just, a lot of times Dokkan has done it. Like, they'll have, basically, it don't fit in, even if they do fit the requirements. Just overall wise, what is a Vegito? Yeah, and another thing for the Vegito, his base SSR form does the Kamehameha, so people were upset whenever he wasn't in the Kamehameha category. But the only way to defend that Gohan is because it does not strictly list Kamehameha anywhere in the name. It's the only kind of defense it actually has. Like, none of his forms, I don't believe, ever use Kamehameha. Not a single one does the Kamehameha. So that is the only kind of defense it would actually have. It never actually strictly names it in the thing. He doesn't even say it. So that is the only kind of defense it would have. As much as I hate it.
Alright, so my turn?
Yes, unless Will has anything else on it.
I have nothing else.
He's sitting over there just gripping his knuckles. He's like a Ben Affleck in The Accountant.
Alright. So this next one. Let's see, what do I want to do?
Save your big one for last. Save the PS for last.
So this one, it's another like nitpicky one, but God, it's just like the Take Last Use team. The fact now that I have to swipe over one more when I'm training characters to get away from the Kais. I hate it. I don't know why they broke them up like that, but you're adding more tedium to the game of me going, all right, I want to train this character. Oh, you want to use Kai? So here they are right off at the very beginning. Don't accidentally press them and don't accidentally press them and hit go ahead and use if you didn't want to put any super attack into that character yet, because otherwise you're fucked.
The reason they did that is just to keep clean up the team box. Because they counted as units, and that's literally the only reason they added that in as that.
Like,
See, and
sense.
No, I'm fine with them. I'm fine with them not counting as units. But god damn it, is it annoying to every time you want to train a character, you have to switch away from the fucking Kais first.
It's in case you don't know, for Dale, a lot of his list is just tedium. It's just being tedious, and that's why he doesn't like it.
I hate tedium. Some tedium is fine. Like in the world, the tedium can be fine. It can save your life, keep you from going insane. But when it comes to something I'm doing for fun, and there's this amount of tedium, it rubs me the wrong way. It gives me fucking saddle chafe. Like it.
I will agree that there are times that I'll go through and do it. I mean, that extra 2 seconds to swipe is annoying. I think honestly the best way they did it with the Kais was whenever you go to train a unit, they had Kais at the top. Here are the units that can go into super attack, and here's other units.
Yes.
That was the best rendition of what we believe they have done. At least Dale and I. I don't know about Will, but
I believe that too.
That was the best way because then you could go, all right, now I don't have to search out the Kais because they're right here up at top.
Right. And then is also if you don't want Kais, you can just swipe. Let's say if you're just doing it to reach a level requirement for a unit, you can just swipe down. Okay. You know what? I can agree with that one now that I think about it. That one makes a bit of sense.
Yeah.
All right. So am I good to go on to my number 3?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This one, I could get. There's another one I could get. If I don't explain myself right, I will get hate. HP reduction on units. Or HP restrictions. I don't know why I put reduction. All units lose HP. HP restriction on units. Prime examples are that people immediately name if you think of an HP restriction unit like it gets better after HP threshold is reached. LR Perfect Cell.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now.
You drop below 30. His normal form is a good unit. His transform state is a whole lot better. However, you have to fall below 30% HP.
It's like the year 3 fusions.
Exactly.
Our teams are so good now. You don't get.
Right. That's the whole point of it. Is I was explaining it to Dale that if a team is good enough, you never worry about losing HP, at least that much HP, because that's 70% HP.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're doing it on purpose, you could literally be one misclick. Let's take a Legendary Goku event. You take into the second to last stage, Strength UI Goku, get down to that like HP, and you could actually get yourself killed because of how low that is. And then you have units like take LR AGL Gohan, who have that same HP restriction. Not 30%. Thank gosh it's not 30%. However, it is, let me look at him. 58% if there's an Android 16 on the team immediately, and there's no AGL Android 16, so it only fits onto one team, that's the Android/Cell Saga, or if there's an Android's category ally or enemy starting from the 5th turn, well below 50% HP.
Mm-hmm.
And that 58% HP on Gohan's respective teams is hard to get because this Gohan is good. His teams he's on are meant to survive. They have a lot of defense, they have a lot of attack. They are built like a tank. That's why LR Gohan's one of the best for the Legendary Goku event, because after 2 turns of supering, 1 orb is going to give you like a 5th of your HP back. Of his typing. So HP restrictions do not need to be as hard as they are. Will talked about the year 3 fusions, Gogeta and Vegito. 6 turns and below 50% HP. If it was after
6 turns.
If it was right. And those units defensively, unless they get supered, and even supered, don't take a whole lot of damage. Like Will and I have those units rainbowed. I think Dale maybe has 2 units, the dupes in them. I might be wrong, but I know you at least have them.
Which one?
Either one.
No, I didn't hear the characters.
Physical Vegito. Physical Gogeta or Intelligence Vegito, the Potara and Fusion leads.
I think I have a dupe in the physical.
Okay. Well, defensively, those units are great. Their teams are great defensively. Fusion, not so much, just because a lot of the team units don't actually have built-in defense. But even then, it's still a lot of time to do it for something that should not take that long. If I want Gogeta to transform, take physical Gogeta, because I prefer Gogeta units to Vegito units just as damage-dealing units. They're super effective against all types, and I like Gogeta better. My preference. If I want him, I literally have to go below the HP threshold, and he's sitting there with like 150,000 defense, which is a hard thing to break in Dokkan events, and Super Battle Road's a whole different thing, but you're not lasting 6 turns in that. Same goes for Easy A's, where you get to like stage 200 or 300. You're not lasting 6 turns. If 6 turns has passed, you've literally survived like 2 HP. Or you're toying with the enemy. But HP restrictions are stupid, especially if it's for dealing damage. LR Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, the new one, has an HP restriction in order to do his basically best turn, which has his active skill. You have to be below 58% HP with a Goku's movie heroes for ally on the team, and his passive, if you fall below 50% 8% HP with a Goku movie hero on the team, he gains an additional 59% attack and gets that attack becomes critical. So that right there is an additional 108% based on this HP restriction. However, if you go into it and they say you start off the turn with 57% HP and you get set up where you can only pick up a type orb for that unit, let's say if you run it on his respective team, and he ends up being forced to pick up, like, say, 2 tech orbs, or if you accidentally pick up the type orb for whatever unit you're going and you go above that 58% HP, his passive doesn't activate just because at the time it's not below 50% 8% HP. So it limits the unit because of the HP restriction, because of how they're built. And that's why HP restrictions, I do not think, are a good thing in game. They add a fun twist to it if you're taking on the hard events, and that goes right back to the first thing I talked about, is the game got too easy, so stuff like that are not necessary. Like Cell back in the olden days, if he had that in the olden days, that would be great. He would have been a game-breaking unit because of how everything was built. Same goes for Vegito and Gogeta. They just got built too good, and they're too hard to get to, so they don't work out as well. Can you agree?
Oh, I agree.
Completely agree.
So that's why HP restrictions are on my list. I'm not saying they're truly one of my least favorite things in Dokkan, just because it's very specific units that need it to utilize their full potential. Bojack is one who has a lot of defense. Basically, the higher HP, more attack. The lower HP, the better defense. You want him if you have him built right, he's one that's actually done right, I believe, because he gets benefits no matter what, if you have high or low. But Gohan, Cell, Gogeta, Vegito, some other one that transforms, Majub, the LR Majub that comes from Dokkan Clash. LR Vegeta and Nappa. HP restrictions limit how useful that unit is because they cannot utilize what makes them good. At least in the right way.
Yeah.
Okay.
To move on?
Yeah, that was...
So, I have a feeling that my next one on the list is Dale's number one. So I'm gonna skip to my number one hated, so that way Dale can let out his anger.
Wait, Will, does it start with PS?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, is its abbreviation PS?
Correct. So my number one hated is the stupid world tournament.
Oh!
Useless. Oh my gosh. It has no use anymore. It barely had any use back in the day, and now no good units come out. I can't say no good units come out of it.
It's another one of those tedious things. Doing this last world tournament we had, I spent days, I say days, hours doing it. I ended up in the top 9,000 overall. And I was number 5 local.
It just, I hate it. I hate it. There's nothing else I can say.
Do you have actual reasons to hate it, though? Because I have actual reasons to hate it.
I have reasons. So the way they set it up, if it was a PvP, like you are battling another actual person, I would get with it. That would be kind of cool. But it's set up as just a time killer to get a reward for whoever spends the most time on it. It doesn't make sense.
Yes, sir.
And that right there is totally true because I'd go to bed at like say 4 in the morning, wake up at 8 in the morning, and I'd have let's say be at like 6,000 the night before, and come 8 o'clock the next morning, 4 hours later I'd be up another 10,000 because someone's on it all night.
Yeah, there are people who are no-lifing the shit out of it.
Exactly, they get to like 623 wins in a row, and that was at the top. That was the number one player at 623 wins in a row. I played almost non-stop for those 3 days, and I got like 54 wins in a row. Granted, in like the last 5 minutes, I went through 2 runs, so basically, because I was frantically tapping. But you know what? I'll go on world tournaments on my list too. So I'll actually, whenever we're done, I'll finish off with the world tournament on what I don't like. Dale.
All right. Do I do my big one since he let me? He knows what it is. I may do my big one this one.
I mean, if you want to do your big one now, sure. We just got to make sure talk long enough so Will can actually have another thing to gripe about.
Or I could do my other one and just save my big one.
Will, what do you think?
I say we save it for last because Dale and I will share so much rage about this.
And it also gives you a little. I was going to say more time so you can get another gripe. Okay, Dale.
All right. So the useless ass Tanabata summons.
Oh God, Tanabatas! Those stupid banners.
It looks like, oh man, I can get all these old Dokkan Fest and all these cool characters from it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and there's like what, 33 of them on the banner? Oh man. That's a lot of characters I can pull. And you go into summon, and what do you get? You get a full line of SSRs, and your last one is like fucking SSR Champa or something of the like, and you can put $400 into it, and you would never get the card that you want. I have gotten one good thing from a Tanabata before, and that was the Transforming Frieza. That is the only time I have gotten anything good from a Tanabata.
Tanabata is technically the term for the Christmas. You're talking. What he means is
yeah.
He's talking about the ones that like the 350 million download celebration that have like the 15 featured units.
Yes,
like Legendary Carnival kind of. Legendary Carnival with Dokkan Fest.
The Christmas ones belong in it.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that you're saying Tanabata. That's technically what the Christmas ones are called. I'm just clarifying it for the people out there.
Yeah,
and that's why I was griping about the Christmas one we had that had LR Blue Goku, Gogeta, and had all the Dokkan Fest LRs in it, except for Super Saiyan 4s.
Yeah, it was horrid trash.
I ended up breaking down and got like 200 stones, and the best thing I got from it were the 120 Super Saiyan 4s. Just because there are so many units on there that I'm looking at this one that's out right now, the Step Up banner, and it's normal one that I'll still have all the units on it. There are 50 featured SSRs. You have a 5% chance to pull one of those featured SSRs.
Yeah.
And it's any one of those 50 SSRs.
And good luck getting one that you want.
Exactly. You could pull like OG Strength Broly on that 5%. Which has... That's why I don't like those big banners.
They're garbage.
The only time they are decent, the only time they're actually useful is whenever they give you the tickets. For every 50 stones, that's the only time I ever summon in them. Here's 355 tickets. Go do 7 multis and go to 5 singles with these tickets.
Yeah.
Because it's free. I pulled some of my best units. I pulled Buhan on a banner like that back when he first came out. I pulled Goku, the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku on a ticket thing, something like that. It wasn't that same situation, but it's just free, so might as well. But on a banner like that... Oops, sorry.
On a banner like that, it's just Good luck getting anything you want.
It's like opening a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and hoping for one specific Yu-Gi-Oh card out of the millions that there are.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
it's
a legitimate needle in the haystack.
yes.
Yeah, for real.
Ne-
And I got lucky one time finding the needle, and that was transforming Frieza.
Exactly. They literally only do that as like here's a cool thing, but we lowered the rate so you can't get your stuff. So spend money to get this stuff as opposed to go on the normal banner. People were griping about the Blue Fusions, the Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue, the LR banner, because the Tanabata was going to have them on the banner. So like, everybody save for this glorious banner that'll have this and this and this and this and this, and then like 10 other units, as opposed to his banner, which has had 9 featured units. But you had a good chance to get an SSR, and there's a 10% chance you could get that unit off the thing. I pulled 2 of them in one multi. Because it's a lot better, I went and did it on that Tanabata, and I got 1 featured unit.
Dude, I don't think I got anything good from the Tanabata.
Will, however, is like over here, is like, I summoned on the Tanabata, and I got something good, so I don't understand your hate.
I did 1 multi-summon and got the new blue Vegeta and Goku.
The Blue Bros.
I didn't even get them.
I literally was like, I've got the stones. Might as well see if I get lucky. I did. I got very lucky.
Yeah, you got very lucky.
Yeah, it's just because those banners are literally almost rigged to where you do not get what you want. If you get what you want, you are lucky. Go buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, for real.
Like on this Step Up one, which has 50 featured SSRs. I've seen some people that are actually summoning on it after the Step Up. And there's that's stupid. That's legitimately the stupidest thing someone could do. There are 50 featured units with all the you have a 5% chance to pull one of those units, not even guaranteed which one anymore. Then you have all the other SSRs in the game, which you have 10% in the general pool. So you actually it's very hard to pull that one specific unit.
Mm-hmm.
So these big banners, though are cool, step-up banners are great as a step-up banner. A normal banner, awful. Tanabatas, if a Tanabata or the 350 million did something like that, like a Dragon Ball Heroes is a prime example. It only you get a guaranteed featured unit at the end in the multi. That's why I went so deep into it. That's why I got Vegito, Broly, Bardock, Goku, Toa, Demigra. Not Demigra.
Yeah, I got all
Dabura.
all the featured banners.
Right, because they are featured, and they had granted they don't have as many, but they still had the featured stuff, and that's what something like this should be. Like 3 rounds, you get 1 featured unit at the end. Those like the 50 stones, like the Step Up. You go through your stuff, and boom, you get your special stuff, and
and then you get an LR at the very end of it, a guaranteed LR at the very end.
Maybe just guaranteed featured unit.
Yeah,
I'm talking like for normal.
Yeah, but the Step Up, it was a guaranteed LR at the very end.
Yeah, that one's because in the final step, it's only the LRs available. But in like a normal banner, let's take the Tanabata. Just as the most recent one that had Goku and Vegeta, it had Gogeta, Vegito, and the Gobras. And then it had like 8 other SSRs featured. That right there is 12, which is a lot. However, make it a featured SSR for like 3 multis. That way you at least feel like you get something as opposed to, well, I'm going to just reach in with my eyes closed, look in the other direction, blindfolded, and while hearing trumpets play in both ears and just grab something.
It was trash.
It really is. Tanabatas are neat in theory, but garbage when let out. That's why the Rising Cardinal ones are different because they at least have double rates.
Yeah.
But they still have the atrocious amount of SSRs, so
Yeah, but you at least in that one you have a way better chance of actually getting something.
Right. Sometimes.
Unless you're just wholly unlucky.
Or wholly lucky.
Yeah.
Like me.
Somehow.
And you. I mean, you pulled 2 Gohans.
I did pull 2 Gohans.
Will
I will agree with that.
Will pulled the Gohan.
I did.
I pulled
Did
Gohan.
he pull the right Gohan?
Yes.
Oh, the way you said it made it sound like he pulled a Gohan, but not the right Gohan.
He pulled Tech LR Gohan. You pulled 2 LR Tech Gohans. I pulled LR Tech Gohan.
Yep.
We can just get lucky on those kind of banners. But at least in that situation, you have a better chance of pulling it than you do a Tanabata banner because they don't have the 5% rates. They still have the 10% for that featured unit.
So.
I guess, Dale, you done with yours? Can I go into mine?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done before I get angry.
We're going to talk about Dale's favorite beefcake.
My favorite boy.
Broly. Broly units are some of the worst things Dokkan has done, with the exception of Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Yeah.
Strength OG Broly, as we've talked before, loses all of his defense whenever he attacked before EZA. This is also going to go pre-EZA, pre-EZA, just because they are made better and made to need to be used more afterwards. So this is the origin of them just coming out. Except for Super Saiyan 3 Broly. But, Strength Broly, 7,000 attack, loses all defense. Why? What if you don't get a super off with him?
You, that's why.
What if he doesn't get a super off? Then he's sitting there doing, let's say 11,000 damage back in the day when he was good, and then you get hit for a ludicrous amount of damage. It just doesn't even out. Then take the LR Strength Broly loses 20,000 defense, making him a glass cannon. For whatever reason, they decided.
And not a good glass cannon.
No, I mean 80,000. He gets he gets up to like 3 super attacks. Let me actually look at him. There you are, Broly. Let's see. Performing a super attack gains additional 80,000 attack, but minus 20,000 defenses, and launches an additional super attack. So at least him, that numerous attack over and over is okay.
Yeah.
But if the enemy survives, you're taking a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah, you're getting it right back.
Right. Physical Broly. He doesn't lose defense, however, he has as far as I know, he didn't actually have any defense in his original kit.
I don't think he did.
Let me look at him. If he did, it was not a very high number. Oh, hi, Broly. There you are. Broly! Nope. He literally gained 7,000 attack. He had no defense, so he's still... Offensively, he was okay, but defensively, it sucked. He wasn't good. For whatever reason, Broly's in-game have horrible defense.
Even though Broly as a character is not a glass cannon.
No, Broly is a freaking tank. He walked through a Kamehameha like it was nothing. He's taken on 4 Super Saiyans and Piccolo at once and was kicking their butt. He got hit by...
I like how you added Piccolo in there. Like Piccolo made much of a difference in the end.
Well, we're going by Piccolo. This would have been the Piccolo that fought Cell and was actually pretty strong at that point. So we're saying he's okay because he fought the androids too and was doing okay.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, well, I mean, he also did kind of okay against Cell, like Cell first form.
No, he was stronger than Cell first form. The only thing was energy. It was infinite stamina versus stamina.
Yeah,
but Broly, who is literally a tank in every situation, even Bio Broly was hard to beat because of how nasty he was. Legend Broly Reborn or whatever it was, where it was Gohan and Goten taking on Broly. Broly was kicking butt. He was thrown into lava and poofed out like nothing happened.
He did have a key barrier around him. Don't forget that.
No, he did when he came out. He didn't go in with a key barrier. He went in and basically did the Terminator, I'll be back. Boom!
And instantly came back.
But he didn't go in with a key barrier.
I'll be back. I'm back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
But movie Brolys are tanks. It literally took all Z Fighter's energy and Goku at his max to beat Broly after a long time of fighting in the first movie. It took full power Kamehameha with Ghost Goku, who has technically limitless energy because of dead people having no limits, to beat him.
Well, I think technically dead people are just energy in
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Well, then at that point, it's a limitless energy source.
Yeah.
So it's literally hitting theoretically would be hitting with infinite energy against it. But all Brolys have defense that a 2-year-old could kick through.
Just about.
And I love Broly as an offensive unit. He's great. But literally, he's so useless. And then Super Saiyan 3 Broly, you would think would literally be just a giant bicep at this point.
Just a giant bicep.
I mean, he gets bigger in every form, so you'd think he's either be like 15 foot tall or he'd be 10 foot tall, giant bicep, and you just see a finger come out of the bicep every once in a while. Like Akira, the original anime movie Akira. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but basically just every once in a while.
Oh, I've watched Akira.
Pile of mush, hand. Pile of mush, foot. Pile of mush, ha! And then you have, but Super Saiyan 3 Broly loses defense on Orb. 10% before EZA.
Yep.
And running him is hot garbage. He hits hard. Then he gets hit even harder.
He gets it right back.
He really does. You don't want to take him into any event that has any sort of attack because of that lack of defense. And even post EZA, granted his defense is still different and is stacked up differently, but he still loses 6% per orb. So instead of going, let's say, 120,000, he'll end up with like 40,000 defense if you get like 18 orbs or a full field of orbs. And even then, he'll drop below like 90,000 if you get him, like, say, a normal 4 to 6 orbs. That right there makes him horrible. Just because a character who was so beefy, so tanky, he survived the planet exploding. He got hit by 50,000. Super Saiyan 3 Broly got hit by a Cyberman for 50,000 on Super. That just does not add up. And I hate that they've done that to Broly. Through his entire career, Broly has never been defensive, and I hate that they've always done that to him.
And look at how they massacred my boy.
LR Tech Broly gains defense after Super. Okay. Super Saiyan 4 Broly after Super. Okay. Super Broly has defense. AGL Wrath Broly has defense. Every other Broly, nada. It bothers me. And I'm sure I gave Will enough time to think of something. Will!
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah.
Do you have something?
I do. So I'm going to use this specific instance to prove my point.
Okay.
It's the lack of free stones for veteran players. So when you've run through all the quests, beaten every single one, you should have an option to reset all of them to get all your rewards again. Get the stone per beating a level. Like, you should be able to just redo it if you want to go through and take all of that time.
Mm-hmm.
But no, there's like, you could sit there for months with no free stone options, and a brand new banner comes out, and you just have to spend money at that point.
Right. Or you just get the login stuff, which is like a stone every other day, depending on the celebration. And
yeah.
And I will agree with that, just because I am pay to play. from time to time. There are times I'm just lucky enough and I get what I want. Not being pay to play, but I do pay to play because I have, if there's something new that comes out, I get it done within a day or so. And then at that point, what else is there? Dale at least has the luxury. He doesn't finish a story, so he at least, it's something he doesn't.
Oh, yeah. But will I ever finish a story? No one knows.
I mean, you can get 300 stones, I believe, per one run. Like, all normal gives you like 330-something stones.
On the story, I wish they had a deal where you could auto go through it. I really do.
And this isn't hate, that's just wish.
That's just wish.
But yeah, I will agree with that wholeheartedly just because, take me. There's literally two things left for me to do in Dokkan, aside from like go do some missions, which are like easy A area for units, which I'm not going to do. I don't like easy A's areas, but they count easy A, so I'm not going to actually hate on them just because they coincide with each other. But new easy A comes out, I get a beat. That's 30 stones. Okay. New story comes out. That's like 10 stones. Get a beat. Okay. And then we have one of our friends, Jax, who had his own little special thing, which we haven't actually uploaded yet. And he got 50 stones within an hour.
Yeah.
It takes us weeks to get 50 stones, if we're lucky. And so I will agree with that veteran players like us, you and I will, to correct my grammar, we don't get a whole lot. It's like, you've done your stuff. We're the 18-year-old you getting kicked out of the house. Go fend for yourself.
Yeah. It's just annoying.
And then people like Dale are that 17-year-old that refused to grow up and never leave the house. Well, I'm saying you have a lot of story you haven't done. You have a lot of missions you haven't done, and then I hear you griping about lack of stones. So that
sounds like something grateful.
So that's why I'm saying you're like the one that doesn't leave the house is just in that situation. You have the capability to do it, you just haven't yet. It's not trying to be insulting. It's honestly just the only good comparison. And your brother is a 5-year-old. Dokkan, can I have 50 stones? Yeah, go spend a little bit of time. Here you go. Here's 50 stones.
All right, well, I am prepared.
Oh, Dale?
That's about to come.
Okay, so
hold on. I gotta get like a Chinese gong. That way we can have a the final say is a big old gong.
So just like Hayden said with some categories.
Not the gong.
And Will said with some categories. There are some characters that belong in certain categories that aren't in the categories.
No!
Those characters being?
These characters being the fucking fusions. How are a fusion of two pure Saiyans not in the pure Saiyan category?
Yes, it's so dumb. That literally, I understand like where they're coming from a power creep perspective.
No, you don't. They have those sets of power creep.
Yeah.
But that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop this certain category from being the only category that everybody uses. But when those units fit that category perfectly, there's no way you can keep it out.
Right, and there's honestly, and there is no defense for why they are not on the category. I've at least gone through, and at least I understand the hate, but you at least try to figure out some kind of silver lining in there. Broly, I didn't, because there's really not, except for attack. but I try to figure out some sort of thing. There is no reason, no defense for why they would be on their side. They just do not want to put them on there.
Exactly. It makes no sense. And even with fucking Gotenks, he should still be a hybrid Saiyan. He's a mix of two hybrid Saiyans.
Gotenks is a hybrid. He is a hybrid Saiyan.
Is he?
That's why I'm saying
Okay,
there is no defense.
It makes no sense then.
Because if I go look at hybrid Saiyans right now, let's see. Yeah, Gotenks, Gohan and Goten, Bullpan, Gotenks, Vegeks, who is, no, that's Gohanks, never mind.
Go Hanks.
Oh, that's a Dragon Ball Heroes thing where Gohan and Trunks fused. Gohanks. Gohanks? I don't know. But yeah, so there is no defense as to why pure plus pure would not be in the pure, and that hybrid plus hybrid is on hybrid.
Yeah. It makes no goddamn sense.
And if that wasn't the sense, at least put the fusions in the hybrid Saiyan, because of that, because technically, at least that point, it would at least have some kind of thing. Why are they not on pure Saiyans? Well, because technically they are fused, so it's a hybrid of two pure Saiyans, so they could at least be on hybrid Saiyans.
But in the same vein, it makes no sense because a pure and a pure don't make a hybrid.
No, it does. It's a hybrid of a pure. That's the only reason why I said
it. It doesn't make sense that way, though.
No, it doesn't.
So,
It
pisses me off to no extent that they wouldn't be a pure Saiyan.
Just a lot of times I have units that fit into categories that don't go into categories, and the pure Saiyans have been a big one for a very long time.
Yeah, and then
you're a fish. Well, you breathe underwater. You're a fish. You can swim. You're not a fish.
Yeah, you're not a fish. Fucking and then this is just a little extra to add it. There are some categories that are so damn useless. Why would you ever put them in the game?
Yeah. Like, let's see. If I'm going to go look at some categories that I think I've used maybe once. Let's see. Giant form.
Never used giant form. I have never used special pose.
Special pose is just a stupid fun one. That's the only thing it is.
Yeah.
It's led by that new Gotenks, I believe. Yeah.
Or, here we go, Youth.
Okay, Youth is actually a good team. That one I will not diss on.
I will diss on it all day long.
But you'd be talking like Namekians. There's like, you can make a team of Namekian units. However, there's not enough to truly constitute a category of Namekians.
Here's another thing. Is the Ginyu Force in special pose?
Yes.
Then why do they have their own category?
Because Ginyu Force, it's like Team Bardock. Team Bardock's on the pure Saiyans, and yet they're Team Bardock. It's just that way their own team can be ran together.
Even if they were in special pose, you could still run them as a Ginyu Force team because they would all have special pose.
Right.
It just...
No, I understand that, but it's they were made. The Ginyu Force was made long before special pose was hopefully thought of.
I doubt it.
I mean, they've been out for like 2 years. Special pose came out like 3 months ago.
And then there are some that make total sense, like Goku's family, Vegeta's family. That makes perfect sense. You can make a whole team of that.
Okay. Let me add a constitution. Let me not a constitution, but let me ask you something. That why not? Why not? Gohan, not Gohan. Trunks and Goten, the LR.
Okay, what about them?
Both of them are on the card,
But
so they're not in either category.
That makes no sense.
Why would they not be in both categories?
Yeah, are you talking about the Mighty Mask LR?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Exactly, that's the whole thing. I mean, at least if it's a combo unit, let's say Goku and Frieza, that's Goku's family, it should be Goku's family and Wicked Bloodline, just because both of them fit within the category. And we're not saying it just to be stupid and be like, oh, this is this. But no, Gohan, and I keep saying that, Goten and Trunks are not a broken unit, so they would be okay to be in Goku and Vegeta's family because they both fit the categories. Just give it to them in their LR. The Mighty Mask, don't, but have their final one, have them be able to run it, because you have units like, let me actually look, because there's this very specific unit I'm thinking of. Tech Trunks. Tech Bio Broly Trunks does a lot better if there's a where is he? Where are you? There you are. He does a lot better if there's a Goten kid or Krillin, not youth, on the team. So it would make a lot of sense to have this Trunks with that Goten and Trunks LR, because it would fit into both categories. Same goes for the Goten, the same thing. Though, granted, the Trunks and Goten are meant to be ran together, but if you don't have them, you have that LR, it should be able to be ran because they are on their own separate teams, yet they aren't because they are from two different families.
Yeah.
And then it's just weird. Then you have units like Strength Rage Vegeta. He's not on Pure Saiyans because it is a Vegeta and Bulma. That at least makes some sense because it's human and Pure Saiyan. But they are on the Vegeta's family. It's a shame they aren't on the Super Saiyan category because the one who actually does the fighting is Vegeta. But still, categories just need to get just revisited and be like, okay, put this one there, that one there, this one goes with that one goes with this.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's see, I'm going to look at the Bond of Master and Disciple really quick because there are some in there that I were kind of iffy about. Like, let's see. The Super Saiyan Blues, Super Saiyan God Vegeta is a prime example. He goes Super Saiyan God only once, and we don't know if he unlocked it by himself. It was told in the anime and the manga that Vegeta reached Blue by himself without the access of God. But
yeah,
why? Why? Yeah,
why?
The Blue does not. Later variations of Blue do not need to be on there, like the AGL Kaioken Blue. Okay, because at that point they're still training under Whis. Like, at least in that's, like, they are trained under Whis, and that's the gi that Whis rode on. Like, in the movie, and the Goku versus Frieza Resurrection F ones, that's there. But later on, the Blues, I wouldn't think need to be in the Bond of Master and Disciple, because they aren't being trained if they are being trained, they're not being trained as much by Whis. That's just a personal thing for me. I mean, honestly, it's okay that they are on there, but it's just one of those, like, nitpicky things. And then there's a Teen Trunks. Yeah, okay, I guess, never mind. That goes with Gohan. Some of these make sense, some of them don't. Like Ox King. Why is Ox King on the Bond of Master and Disciple? Like, that one doesn't make a lot of sense.
Because his master is Roshi.
Okay. Do they have a bond?
Yes.
It's been a long time since I've seen Dragon Ball.
It's in Dragon Ball. Yeah, it's like fucking Ox King basically worships Kami as a god in Dragon Ball. Or not Kami, Roshi. He basically worships Roshi as a god in Dragon Ball.
Oh, and here's another one.
Yeah.
Here's another one that should be added.
It's like, I lost your fan that would put out the eternal fires. So Roshi goes, oh, it's no problem, and Kamehameha's it, and he's like groveling. You're the best. Yeah,
one thing that we do need to tap into while we're thinking about it is the Majin Power category, why Majin Vegeta's not on there.
Yeah. Yeah, why? He's literally Majin Vegeta. No,
he is not. No rendition of Majin Vegeta is on here. However, we have units like Majub, who have the power of Majin Buu. The Majin Power are on the category.
It makes no sense.
Categories just need to be retouched, revisited, and revamped.
Yes, okay. I agree.
Do you have anything else left on categories before I go into my world tournament gripe?
No.
All right, so I'll give you. You can chime in if you want, but I'll give you time while I do this to just figure out why Jiren is a horrible LR. Dale.
I can tell you why he's a horrible LR right now.
Well, you got to be able to back it up with facts.
Number one, look at this man's stance.
Anyway, Will gripe.
His clothes, whack.
Will touched
his hairstyle, whack.
Will touched on the world tournament earlier, and he was describing about tedious and all that. This was the first world tournament I really went ham into because I wanted an LR Demon King Piccolo for Extreme Super Battle Road. The world tournament is the most monotonous, tedious, boring
piece of shit
thing ever. For a couple reasons. One, if you get supered, you take a lot of damage because you have one leader skill active. Dale got supered for like half HP, I believe, on one of the early stages of World Tournament. Didn't you, Dale?
One more time?
In the early stages of the World Tournament, you tell me you got supered for like almost half your HP, if not more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because normally I'm used to running my final trump card and having max defense.
Right. And that's one thing the World Tournament doesn't matter because, I mean, you take a half a team, you're one-shotting enemies. I ran through with an AoE team, and if an enemy made it to the second turn, it's literally because I got unlucky with Key, which never happened. So what they should have done is still have the second leader skill. That way it's at least, but give it a lot harder difficulty. Or have the enemies be able to do something and not be able to super you. If you get supered by an AoE unit, it doesn't matter how good your team is, you are dead. Because I don't know if you know this, Dale or Will, if you get supered by an AoE, if one unit takes 200,000 damage, every single unit takes 200,000 damage. So you get hit for over 1 million damage.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
Yep, it's stupid.
It is. One thing I've actually debated on what they do, and prizes. Truly, the prizes aren't overall worth that kind of grind. Especially for very specific SSRs. The only reason I went into it, I wanted the Super Saiyan AGL Gohan so I could link it up with my LR Tech Gohan, because those two are perfect link buddies. Aside from Legendary Power, that's the only reason I went into this World Tournament. Excuse me. But then you have their SSR pool gets bigger every single World Tournament. And I think they have as many SSRs on their entire banner as there is in the entire pool of normal units, and they just keep adding to it every single World Tournament.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the banner's still out. I could actually possibly go look at just World Tournament SSRs. Possibly. There we go. There are 26. Okay, I was wrong. There are 33 characters. Okay. There are 33 characters on that, and that's just literally for, chance to get one specific unit, as opposed to like where now you can go get coins. I thought there were actually a lot more. I guess that makes sense because we're on our 33rd, 34th World Tournament. I don't know. But at least, like, adding coins to this would be a godsend. Even if it's a very slow buildup of coins, like you don't even go summon for it, it's like, go complete these missions, you get coins. Okay, and at the end of one World Tournament, if you reach, let's say, 45 million points, you can go choose one SSR from the guaranteed SSR pool that you want.
Yeah.
No, it's literally, here's tickets. Here's different variations of the tickets. Go play with whatever you want.
Hey, have fun.
Right. That, whenever World Tournament first came out, we thought it was going to be PvP. We were excited. But we got this. This is literally the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
We got NPC PvP.
Yes. Which, it's not like a Dokkan event, because at least a Dokkan event, different situations happen. You can get unlucky. If you can in the World Tournament, but you literally take one team, and that one team can go wipe out every single stage, no matter what.
Yeah, like my final trump card team, they've got a lot of additional. There was never a time where an enemy made it past the second attack.
Right.
Like they never made it to their turn.
Exactly. And that's like, take me. I had a full team of AoEs with the Strength Cooler as lead. Until I got my 20 wins in a row, I would use a Ghost Usher and one-shot their entire team. Even on like the 30 times difficulty. There were sometimes type advantage units survive, but then they were out of existence on the next attack. The World Tournament's just not done right. It literally has not changed since it first came out. PvP, though, I do not think would be a good idea in this game because I'm pretty sure that's actually what killed Clash. That's a big reason Clash died, is the PvP. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Clash.
Yeah.
What I've decided, what they should do is almost like a raid battle kind of thing. That we have basically an infinite amount of stages, and the higher up you get more points. But it keeps getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
Like a Legendary Goku event, but instead of there being, let's say, 8 stages, there's 50 stages. And you can go run through it numerous times to get more points, except it's just always something new would be added to it. Like this time, you cannot take this kind of item. Like a cooler event, you cannot take Senzu Beans. You can't take Senzu Beans. You can't take Ushers. You can't take Princess Snakes. You can't take Aiders, Whis, Icarus. Just always add in some sort of stipulation and this like 50-stage fight, like Infinite History, or only allow 4 items like Infinite History, or 2 items like that'd be too little. 4 items like Infinite History.
Yeah.
To actually add some interest and some challenge and some fun. At least that's the way I would do it. And it doesn't. And I get. And every World Tournament have each one be a World Tournament SSR as the boss. And whenever you make it to the final one, it's the hardest one. And every one, it just gets harder and harder because they always add a new prize.
Yeah.
Will, what do you think of that?
I've already. It would, in literally almost anything else, would be better than what we have now.
Right. It was a good.
It's just a fact.
That and like some of the units aren't honestly worth it. At least I don't find it, because they don't like they're okay, but once they get a TUR like 5 World Tournaments later, then they're good. But it's just you have to get stupid high in the rank in order to get it. I got my Gohan in this recent World Tournament. I only got 2 of them from the actual prizes. I got 1 of them from reaching like the 30 million points, or I think it was 20 million. Whatever the points was, I got from that. I only got 2 of them. So you really can't rainbow out units, and you have some other people that want to rainbow out units, or just pull specific units. So the World Tournament just needs to get fully revamped, add in some kind of trading system, like full-on trade that unit, or get to this amount of points, and you can choose one of these, choose one unit from the Baba Shop, like a ticket. Get this mission, go pick one of these units from the Baba Shop.
Yeah.
If they did that, the World Tournament, I feel like would get a lot more love than it does. I've never seen anybody praise the World Tournament.
Only an insane person.
Yeah. And I'm not insane enough to praise that.
The only time I think it ever got praised, honestly, was like the first time it came out. And it was the coolest thing in the game. Whew. This was a good one, boys.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have anything else before we give Dale 10 minutes to explain why no one should summon for Jiren?
No.
You're actually going to let me do this?
Yeah, I said we would.
All right. So.
Okay, before you do, does everyone have 5 stones, so whenever he's done with his explanation, we can summon?
Yes.
All right.
Dale?
So, number 1. Look at his clothes. Look at how whack they are. Look at how whack they are.
Okay, I thought this was going to be a real explanation.
It is a real explanation. I'll get to it. Number 2. A tech LR? Jiren? Fucking yucky. Who runs a tech team?
Well, I need at least 5 reasons for
Yes.
you to convince me. Come on.
Yeah. 5 reasons.
For me to convince you.
No, I
Okay.
need 8. I need 8.
Well, Hayden, we all wish for something.
Well, I'm gonna go summon for him then. You can't convince me.
His base HP is 4,928. Disgusting.
Are you talking in
Okay.
LR form?
Disambiguation can be your best friend. His base attack 4,886. Disgusting. Now, what is truly disgusting is his LR defense. It is 14,000. That is disgusting for an LR. That's max with all links unlocked, by the way.
Well, what's the exact number?
14,338.
Well, on my list, he'd be my 9th highest defensive unit.
What kind of defense are you cooking with, man?
14,413, 14,693, the highest being 16,350.
About the best thing I see about this man is his link skill. Attack plus 15% and all enemies defense minus 15%. That's about the only thing here.
Dale, I said 8. You need to give 2 more. You just made 6.
Okay. Just wait. I'm looking. Man's got no hair. I mean, come on. We all hate Krillin because he ain't got no hair. This man ain't got no hair either.
GT Hercule has no hair.
GT Hercule has hair.
He has a wig.
He's got the best kind of hair.
He has a wig.
He's got a reverse mohawk. He's got the Mr. Burns going on.
Piccolo doesn't have hair, and we like Piccolo. No,
yeah, but Piccolo has antennae, and that's just as good as hair.
Hey, what about Cooler? Cooler doesn't have hair.
Cooler's got horns.
Not all forms of Cooler. I'm looking at this form of Cooler that doesn't have horns.
Yeah, he's got a big gym there. Otherwise,
okay.
You need one more.
Need one more. All right. As for right now, he's only in JP.
Well, until
we never know when we're going to get him.
Second part of the celebration.
This man only has a super attack level of 20. I'm rocking the character's super attack level 130. I mean, come on.
Okay, at least be honest with this.
Okay. We can all agree that Dale did a horrible job. We're all going to go summon for him.
Hey, that's just a theory. A Dokkan theory.
Hey, Will, let's spend the next 2 minutes explaining to Dale why you should summon for him.
I literally all you have to say is his passive. That's it.
200%.
Say it, see what happens.
200% attack and defense. He gets a guaranteed super effective against all types, and I believe critical if enemy is if enemy is stunned, he gets guaranteed critical. If enemy attack and defense is lowered, he gets super effective against all types. I don't know what's going on.
I server muted you, so I didn't hear it.
Well, you know what? People out there know. Wait, am I on the recording channel?
Yeah.
Okay. I looked at my phone.
I can move you somewhere else.
No, I looked at my phone and it says I'm not, so that's why I was curious. Anyway.
Hayden, I'm playing this like all the people who are like anti-vax and stuff like that. That's how I'm going to play this. I see one thing that goes my way, I'm taking it whole horse.
What went your way?
His crappy defense.
Baldness.
And baldness. Bald.
Hit is bald.
So I hate Hit. Because he's bald.
Cooler technically has no hair. He's also bald.
We could go on forever with this, Hayden.
We could go on forever with this, Hayden. But here's what you're missing. Cooler gets cool horns, and he's got a cool red gem in his head. So, or not red, but blue. He's got a cool blue gem.
Frieza has no hair.
So, Frieza is literally the worst of the Frieza family. Cooler said so himself.
What if they had a category that was hairless?
Don't give them any ideas.
All right. So what Ben are we doing a single
Well,
summon?
before we go do our single summon, I'm going to tell you guys our next one. Sorry, Will. I was going to let you choose, but as I thought about it, I'm going to choose our next topic.
Okay.
Will is never going to get to choose a topic.
No, he gets to choose after this upcoming one. You have my word.
Okay, until you go, Will, I'm choosing the next one.
Well, the last time we let Will choose a topic, he said, put me on the spot like that.
Yeah.
That was kind of on the spot. That was before we worked out the rules.
No, it wasn't. I texted him.
No, we have no record of this. There's zero
Well,
record.
Here's
I
record.
think Hayden's wrong in this.
Here's record for this one. After this upcoming Dokkan this one after this one, Will choose our topic.
Okay.
Our next one, we're going to discuss year 6.
Okay.
Because we have a little more than 3 weeks left until the actual anniversary. So that means in 2 weeks, we should be starting to get some sort of information leading towards it. We know one of the units that's actually going to come out, and that is an LR UI Goku. Not UI.
Like we need another one of those.
Not Sign. UI. Ultra Instinct. White hair, Ultra Instinct.
Ooh.
That's what everything's pointing to. We even got a new figure dedicated to a brand new shape of that master of the full UI Goku. That is Dokkan Battle. Made by Dokkan Battle. Meaning we have a very, very high chance of getting UI year 6. And he better have 100% dodge against, Realm of Gods and some other category. But, yeah. So stay tuned for that. Will, we're going to go on the Frieza banner. Let's hear you get a summon.
All right. Summoning right now.
Dale, you have 5 stones, right?
I got more than 5 stones, man.
Okay, I'm just making sure you do.
Super Saiyan 1. That's it.
Oh.
And I get the most OP unit in the game.
Is it male?
SR Strength Nappa.
Hey, Vegeta! Hey, Dale! Look, I'm back!
My turn?
Yep. Let's just go for singles.
my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Single in. Oh, y'all are fucked.
No, we're not.
I gotta give it to me now on
Uh-oh.
a single.
No.
I need proof.
Super Vegito.
I need proof.
He's gonna put it in the Discord.
I'll send you what I get.
He's gonna put it in the Discord.
I got the same Goku.
Oh, Nama Goku?
No. I'll show y'all.
Oh, Kaioken Blue?
Kaioken Goku. Yeah.
Ah.
Still, I bet it's better than what y'all will pull.
Oh, you never know. I mean, remember I singled Go Bros the other day.
All right, let's hear it, Hayden.
There you go. I sent it in Dokkan Battle.
I got no one with Goku. Yep, I'm not. Dale wins this one.
They'll finally win something.
I mean, you always have the best luck. Our first one you did this, you pulled Go Tanks on a single.
Yeah, I did pull that transformation Go Tanks.
I got rare Zarbon. I didn't even get an SR. Bueno. But thank you guys for joining me today on this one. It's been a pretty fun one. Long one, like I was afraid of. 2 hours. So, say bye, say bye, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Well, I mean, unless you have anything else to add in.
No.
Dale?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Stay tuned for our next one, in which we will discuss Year 6. Stay cool and peace out, everybody.